There, got him, lovely. Oh,
shut up and sit down.
Morning folks, welcome back, and you can see this morning we're on wonderful Grafham Reservoir. It's a cracking day, there's buzzers coming off everywhere, and I'm hoping for some real top sport today. I'm out with my mate Vince today, and we're just going to dot around the reservoir. We're going to stick to the floating lines and the twiddling and the night stuff and see what we can do. But I thought what I'd show you before we get started with the fishing is just how we set the boat up. We've had to come out of the harbour to set the boat up. These are the new rules, and I'm going to show you how we've set the boat up and how we stash everything away ready for a good day's fishing. So Vince is going to pass the camera over to me, and I'll just walk you around the boat. So first thing we do, you'll notice that everything's nice and stashed away and strapped down. We've got no wind today, but if you get a bit of a rolling wave, the last thing you want is rod tubes, etc. Moving about the boat, so a couple of bungee cords are absolutely ideal. Waterproof bag, ready to go, middle of the boat. Drogue set up. We've got the drogue arm set up on both sides there. Again, we're not going to be using that this morning just to start with, but it's all there, ready to go, should be needed, and that's set up as a sliding drogue. You'll have seen my video how to set up drogues. I'll put a link for it up in the corner there. Landing nets, we've checked the landing nets are both good. They've not got any holes in them or anything. Seats all in place, the engine's working. Rod's already set up and ready to go. Can't wait, it just looks absolutely mouth-watering out here, and I'll take you through the setup and in a second and show you exactly how we're going to approach a day on Grafham. Right folks, we're out here on the lake and we're ready to get ourselves set up. It's absolutely flat calm. It's a glorious morning, mid-April, and it feels like it's 10-15 degrees out here at the moment. We're going to take our jackets off in a minute, and there's buzzers hatching everywhere, and we're really going to concentrate on the buzzer fishing today. We're going to have a really good go with the buzzer fishing. And we're going to approach this with a floater, straight line buzzer fishing. We might do something on the indicator later, but the initial setup for this is a 10-foot 7-weight rod, okay, paired up with a floating line. This is a rocket floater, and my leader is 10-pound fluorocarbon. Now, the leader for this is a little bit longer than what I would use on the bank fishing, because we're in about 15 foot of water here, and I want to peg these flies out through the water column. We're going to fish it a similar sort of way, whereby we're watching the end of the line as an indicator and keeping these flies as static as possible. But I've got 4 buzzers on there. I've got 4 foot to the point top fly, and then I've got 3 foot between each buzzer and then to the point, okay? So that's giving you a total length there of about 15-16 foot the leader, so it's still nice and manageable. I'll put a nice little diagram up for you. The buzzers I've selected, 2 quills, my favourite 2 quill buzzers, and then I've got one with a little a red tag on it, and I've got a big heavyweight grey boy on the point. The important bit is the grey boy, because it's going to pull it down to the depth and get those buzzers sitting at that angle that we're looking for. And hopefully we'll get a few fish. But we're just going to start adrift out here. We're just off the other side of the lodge here. All the other boats have gone over to the other side, gone up to the north shore as usual, and we thought we'd nick out here and just have a little look and see what's going on, and see if we couldn't pinch a fish or 2 here. Well, let's have a go and see what happens. Right, so we just stopped just outside the lodge here. We're just going to have a quick go in here before we get started, before we go off around the rest of the lake and see if there's anything knocking about. I've set the drift up. We're about 100 foot off the bank here. And we're going to have a little go and just drift in and just push this edge in here. So I'm only going to cast these short. I want to be able to control these, although I'm not looking for a long cast. So there you go. That's not much more than 30 odd feet there, and that is ample. And I'm just going to watch those buzzers settling down. I'm going to watch my leader settling down, and if they should move, I'm going to react. I'm going to strike to it, and also I'm going to watch the end of the fly line and make sure that's my bite detector, and I'm looking for any movement at the end of the fly line. If that fly line suddenly snakes away or shoots out, I'm going to react to it. But I'm going to let those buzzers settle, and then we're going to have a nice long 3-foot draw, and then just leave it again, and we're watching for that take on that 3-foot draw. There's no retrieve in between, so it's a nice long pull, and then just let it just hang there, watching the end of the fly line like a snake, like a hawk. We're just waiting for that to twitch or move or just slowly pull away. There should be fish out here at this time of year. Again, just a nice long pull. Watch the end of that fly line. Fish them all the way to the boat and then we'll hang them at the boat. Right next to the boat there. Still fish them all the way back. There'll be fish underneath the boat swimming around. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Just waiting for that to go. And the pull. Just hold that there. Beautiful morning. Got him on the hang there, right in front of the boat. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Look at that. What a take. You saw that. Hopefully that will show up nicely on the camera. What a take. Right down as those buzzers are vertical and they're just lifting up through the water. And he's just woken up. And he's taken the point fly, he's taken the grey boy on the point there. I mean, you'd expect for them to be that little bit deeper to start the morning off with. And then as the day comes on, I think we're probably going to have to go up to washing line techniques, etc. Just to keep up with the fish as they move up, because it really is getting very warm and they'll come up to these buzzers. Wow, what a fight in these Grafham fish. I'm pulling. That's lovely. Lovely. Oh, I tell a lie, he's taken the third dropper down, and that's the one with the red tag on it. And he's a nice fish. In he goes. We got him. Lovely. Nice start. Not a bad fish either to start with. Not a bad fish at all. Well, that was a good start. That was a good start. We like it when the fish read the rule book. Okay. So, first cast and a fish. Let's have another little shot now. Again, not a long line, just a nice, manageable 30 feet. Let it go down, let it settle. What they really want, the buzzers, they really want them just moving up and then falling down again. It's that very natural up and down movement. Anything in between, you might nick the odd one, but I don't think they want it like that. They just want that lovely up and down, up and down. On a morning like today, when you've got a flat calm like this, if you can't see the end of your fly line, put an indicator on. Use an indicator, don't be scared of them, use an indicator. These perfect conditions for an indicator. So those flies have got down now, they're at that depth now. And all I'm going to do is give that a nice long draw and then keep an eye on the end of that fly line there. There's a bit of memory in this fly line at the moment, but you've got to remember it's not been off the spool for 6 months. It's my first trip out in 6 months on the lake, on a boat. And what a way to start. Lovely fish first cast. Let them settle on again, that nice long draw, watching the end of that fly line. As soon as that goes away, you're going to strike, you're going to react to it. It's just coming around there, lovely. Be nice to have a tiny bit of breeze just to move us along. We're a little bit becalmed, but I think in the forecast this is going to be a bit more. We might even try a bit of pulling, bit of lure fishing later this afternoon. Who knows? It's hard not to just stay with these buzzers, the fishing's so good. And a long pull. Just letting them hang there. Long draw. And then we're going to think about coming up to the hang. It's where that last fish got it. Just hang them there. Hang them for ages if you get the opportunity. And just give them a little lift. Hang them again. Just fishing every inch of that water. And again, nice little lift and a hang. Yep, this time, right, let's get it back out there. Nice. Keeping these flies when you cast them, keeping them nice and short like this, you're going to get turnover all the time, which is great, especially when you're using a multiple fly setup. It's very, very simple, straightforward, get turnover, no tangles to worry about. It's when you're trying to chuck these to the moon that you get problems with tangles. And when you're on a boat, distance is irrelevant. You just don't need to cast a long way. You can't control the line properly. You can't see the end of the fly line. You can't see that bit at the end of the fly line there. That's your bite indicator. That's telling you what's going on down there. And if you're chucking that line out as far as you can't see that. And you're going to be missing take after take after take. Long draw and just watch it. Another long draw, just watching. Oh, little take there, did you see that? Tiny little take there. I didn't strike it, it was just a little indication. There, got him, lovely. Oh, this one's just woken up. Now he's taken the middle dropper, so that's the quill buzzer. Lovely. He gave us a tiny little touch there just to let you know he was there. Again, I don't know whether the camera will pick that up or not, but it was very close to the boat again. It was less than a rod length away from the boat. Oh, you've got to love early season sport. The fight in these fish is tremendous. It's just brilliant. What a way to get them on the buzzers, eh? And I've got a bit of a mess of the leader as well, so I'm going to have 5 minutes out here to sort the leader out. Let's get that round. Look at that. Take your time. He's on the quill buzzer, the second one down, which is the one with the little yellow cheeks on it. They just don't know when to give up these things. There, he's nearly done. He's nearly done. It's not a huge fish, he's just got loads of fight in him. Yeah, straight in the net. Wonderful. There we go. Well, what a tremendous welcome back to Grafham that's been. I've just untangled that cast, so he got me a little bit tangled up, and that's 2 fish within the first 5 minutes, and you can't argue with that for sport. And to get them this way, the buzzers, it's just such a nice way to do it. You can go out and pull lures, but you've got the whole rest of the season to pull lures. Get out and really enjoy this buzzer and this nymphing. It's where it's at, you know. It's where it's at, and we're going to go around the lake. We'll have probably another drift or 2 here, and then we're going to go around the lake and we'll have a little look around and see what's happening on the North Shore bays, etc., etc. I'm sure, but we'll see if we can winkle one more out here just to make sure those 2 weren't a fluke. I've got a buzzer in my ear there. Look. This is great. So again, we're just watching that leader settle. Short cast, that's only about 20 foot of cast there this time. Just watch the end of that leader like a hawk. And then again, that odd long 3 foot draw. And I think they've gone down to depth, which is just trial and error. So snagging the bottom or not snagging the bottom. I'm then going to give them that nice long draw. That big point fly, that heavyweight point fly will drag those flies down. It's on a big heavyweight grub hook, and that'll really pull those flies through the water, and buzzers sink quick anyhow, so yeah, I'm just watching that. It's fishing perfectly. There we go, snaked away, lovely. Just on that draw. And off he goes. Gotcha. I was just thinking at the beginning it's got a bit of rubbish here. We had another take for 3 casts. Lovely, lovely. Straight line buzzers, just cannot beat it. We're both here, sitting here talking about putting indicators on, etc. But there's something about this straight line buzzer fishing. It's the take is just, and that's really warm now. I mean, that is really, really warm now. Definitely going to get these fish active. Here we go. It's nearly done. It's taken that quill with a yellow cheek again. We got a jumper. A little hot spot again. Shut on the hang. There we are. Hang your flies. Hang them, hang them, hang them. Call him the hangman. So important. So important to hang your flies for ages, especially when the fish are in this sort of mood here. Having them on the up and down like that. So important. That's lovely. That's absolutely lovely. There's cracking fishing here at Grafham Water. It is superb. Taking that little red spot buzzer. Not the biggest fish in the world, but very, very welcome. That's excellent. Let's get him unhooked and get him back if he slows down. Come on. There he is. Barbless hooks out on the net. Lovely, didn't need to touch him. Away he goes. That's been a terrific day out today. We've had so many fish down here, up and down this natural bank down here, all on the buzzers, straight lining. The boys have had them on the indicator as well. Yeah, the sport's been just tremendous. Nice to catch up with my mate Vince. He's had a good old few today. As always, folks, if you like the channel and enjoyed the video, please click like, click subscribe. and I'll keep popping these videos out as regularly as possible. It's gone a bit quiet now, so I think we're going to give it another 20 minutes and make it a last drift, and we might call it a day. My arm's knackered in here. Thanks very much for watching.